Peace, peace, peace. What's good, fam? Couple things to talk about right quick, man. My live sucked. My live yesterday was good, but today it really sucked. Y'all gonna see in a minute. But yeah, man, I'm gonna decide which day I'm gonna do another live. I want to cover vaccines, um, as well as a variety of other issues, and I want to talk about that. And I'm praying that I don't lose any subscribers, that people hear me out. I need to do a live about it, but I guess I'm going to discuss a little bit of it now. Um, I did take a flu shot, I guess Thursday. Was it Thursday? No, Tuesday. Tuesday. And I took a flu shot, and it ended up being, everything is cool. Um, I'm not against vaccinations. And I was just watching a video by a YouTuber, one that's from one of those little, comedy skits that a lot of blacks in Los Angeles run. The Big Jaw, the Minx. I'm sure you see it on Facebook and some on YouTube. And this sister was talking about vaccines and patents and Dr. Sabi and just really putting out a lot of the cliched information about vaccines. And one thing I said before I unsubscribed and blocked her, I asked, and I didn't wait around and see for an answer, but I asked, I said, you know, has anyone ever Googled the question, are vaccines safe? You know, and it's interesting because if you Google, are vaccines safe, you'll see a plethora of information about how safe vaccines are. Now, vaccines aren't 100%, 85 to 90 and above, which means that if you have allergic reactions, if you have pre-existing conditions, you could very well have a really bad reaction to a vaccine. In rare cases, people die, people get sick, but it's never permanent for the majority of people. Vaccines save more lives than they take. And one big problem that we have, I think, as a community is that we continue to associate vaccines with the Tuskegee experiment. And the difference between this vaccine for COVID and really all vaccines is that vaccines are now given to everyone, not just black folks. And in fact, with the COVID vaccine, more white people have got it than anyone else. So that's a big, big difference right there. Now, if you do your real research, and I just, please don't, I'm not here to argue, I'm not here to fight with people. Just Google, are vaccines safe? That's one thing. Another thing you should ask yourself is, you know, um, do Google vaccines and autism and see what comes up, and then Google the name Andrew Wakefield. I know that I've done a video about this before, but you're going to be really surprised with some of the results that come up. And most of the people that are promulgating or propagating that vaccines are bad are usually white men. Some are racist. Others are kicking conspiracy theories to make money. Andrew Wakefield, who is now a discredited doctor, physician who's no longer allowed to practice medicine, is a millionaire because he commissioned a study on trying to show the link between vaccines and autism, and it found out that his research was not only flawed but really lie. It was a lie, and he was paid money by some organization to produce a paper on that, a research saying that vaccines causes autism. So, and it's interesting because the women that are really saving lives on the front line of COVID vaccines are black women, are doctors, are ICU nurses, are scientists, are physicians. And if you look at, the women behind the vaccine, a lot of times you're going to find a black woman. And these aren't pawns of the government. In fact, there's one doctor, her name is Dr. Kizzy, and I can't think of her last name, but Dr. Kizzy, you can Google that, who was a very big skeptic of this vaccine in the beginning. But she ended up being the one that helped to push it through. So, you know, vaccines save more lives than they take, and that's something that you can look up. Now, I'm not saying that we should overlook medical malfeasance and medical murder and racism. My mom passed away from, I feel like, was illegitimate care from her doctors. The black nurses even said so. My great uncle was sat up in a high chair and fell down out of the chair, even though he had a stroke several months before, and he died. So I'm still trying to get some justice for them. I'm trying to find out even more information for them like years later. So I'm the last person that's going to sit up here and defend the medical industry in general, because I know that there's racism. I know that there's all kind of isms involved in there. In fact, I was in the hospital about 2 years ago, and I'll never forget, they had this guy that was next to me, and he was making all kind of noise. I didn't realize he was about to die, but the dude died the next day. I was complaining and stuff. Then he died, and I felt like crap. But then I come to find out, not 30 minutes later, after he was out, they took him out, he died, they had somebody else up in there. And then I realized how medication is it's really like a racket, and why we need Medicaid for all, medical care for all, or why we need universal health care, a single payer. So trust me, brothers and sisters, people, I am the last person to defend the medical industry as it stands right now. It needs serious reform. It needs to be really socialized medicine, because that works in other countries, and there's a lot of problems with medicine as we know it, particularly Western medicine. But I'm not totally against Western medicine. If you can mix it with Eastern medicine, I think you can do both. And until you are laid up in a hospital bed, until you are sick or in the ICU, I've been in the ICU, I was in the ICU for almost a week. I almost died, I guess about 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, because I have high sugar. I'm pre-diabetic, and I got to really work on that and stay on top of that. But yeah, I had problems with my pancreas. I had problems just really with the pancreas for the most part. And I got it fixed, and my everything is okay. My heart is okay, all the rest of that stuff. But if it wasn't for those black nurses, they came to check on me, that watched me, that took care of me. I don't know if maybe I wouldn't have made it, because see, the doctors only come in at a certain time, and they take advice from they look at the charts, and they take advice from the nurses and from the specialists. And I'll never forget that experience. But I could see that the medical industry is really built on profit, and I think that needs to change. So trust me, corporate medicine, I'm not for that, at all. But I will say that, we need to really do our research on the vaccine, particularly for COVID, but all vaccines in general. No one, last I checked, has died because of the vaccine. Over almost 75,000 people participated in vaccine studies, and no one has died. No one has had serious adverse reactions. I know that we had those 4 individuals with Bell palsy, when part of their face was paralyzed. I don't know if you remember seeing that, but they're all okay now. They had a severe reaction, and some people will have reactions. Very few people, if any, will get the Bell palsy, face paralysis. But I want you guys to be woke about, just Google, "Are vaccines safe?" You know, and, you know, look at um, who's behind the conspiracy theories. And like I say, you usually find it's white men, sometimes white women, that are, pandemic eugenists. They really don't care about us. All they want to do is make some money. So anyway, I just saw that video, and I just saw the live. It just really pissed me off, because it was like, she was a pretty young woman, but she's up here just really kicking misinformation. Misinformation is killing us, man. So anyway, just do your own research, man, and let's stay in touch about this. Let's talk about it. So anyway, please like, share, subscribe to my to this channel. If you watch this, feel free to hit up my Cash App. I'll put the information in the description below, or it'll be under the pinned comments. It's Sumumba. The only difference is it has a cash sign for S. UMUMBA one word, Cash App, and or you can do PayPal, SUMUMBA at mail, if you want to support the information and the content. And I'm going to definitely be, as I keep saying, and I will be updating this page and how it looks and the professionalism and adding music and all that stuff. I'm really still just learning on the fly, learning on the go. So again, please like, share, subscribe, hit up my Cash App, PayPal. Definitely could use some help right now. It's really, really rough. And but I'm still gonna keep giving light and giving love and giving information. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Peace.